Going live. Hey, this is Rod. Yes, Win by Doing. Just going to give it a few minutes to see if anybody's going to jump on this evening. Hopefully this is working. It's been a while. Been a minute. And did a massive auction haul, so I thought I'd kind of go through some of the stuff I picked up. Yes.
What?
Thank you. Got a little sticker there. I'm going to text my wife and see if she sees me on. She offers me great support. Did you get notification that I went live? Live.
What did it say? That I won.
Rod at Win by Doing raw YouTube live video. Looks like I do have two people in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get going with this. It's been a while since I've been live. Let me do a quick introduction. This is Izzy, Miss Isabella. She is going to help me be my Vanna White. Hey, Red Neckerson, how you doing? Everybody good here? How you doing? I hope everything is going well with you. Oh, and thanks, John, if he's out there, that he got a notification as well. So yes, I went to auction today, went to live auction, and this afternoon I picked up everything that closed from the online auction. This is just for Isabella, just to get this going. She made me promise I was going to put these on. I told her I could not wear them the entire show, but I'd at least put them on just to make her happy.
Just put them over your glasses.
She wants me to put them over my glasses, but I cannot see. I cannot read the chat. But that is it. Rodney, the red-nosed reseller. Hey, I could do a song. Thanks, John. Dan, thanks, Kat. How's the space Cant fun going? Her eBay sales have slowed down because she's been really busy with school, but she is still pressing forward with it. She will get there. Do you have anything to add on that? No. I tell you what, this girl, she's been super busy. She's going to a charter academy here locally, and the homework load has been a little bit heavier than she's used to. She's also been involved. She's doing violin this year. She's still taking her piano lessons and violin lessons outside of school, and she's in a local orchestra. And she did get first chair violin in the orchestra school and at the orchestra.
I don't know. We might be doing another chair change.
Oh, so
sure.
In the orchestra at least. So we've been hearing lots of Christmas music being played on both the violin and piano, and enjoying the heck out of it. The violin, I mean, when she's just playing the scales, it can get a little bit
what?
And that's bump. It's almost like the Two Stooges down here, huh? Anyway, we did the auction. The reason I brought Izzy down here is so she can help me hand stuff, because I picked up a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the stuff I overpaid for, there's a lot of stuff. Do you know the difference between a violin and a fiddle?
There's really no difference between the instruments. It's how you play it.
One's carried in a case and one's carried over your shoulder. What do you say the difference between a violin and a fiddle is there, Red Neckerson? I'm going to move my mic down here so you guys can hear Izzy as well. I'm going to wait for that response. Okay. While I wait for that response, we're just going to bounce back and forth. Are you going to hop up and move the chair out of the way so that... Oh, that's Okay, we're going to be bouncing all over the place. You're going to see stuff that's sitting around. Some stuff, I'm going to, like I said, a violin has strings and a fiddle has strings. Oh. I have not heard that one. I will definitely use it. I'm sure Izzy will as well.
You said that before, Dad.
Someone had said one's carried in a case and something else. Anyway, so as I was saying, there's going to be stuff in here. I at least one item I think I lost on, and there's going to be an item in here I'm not sure how I can even sell on eBay, so I'm going to have to venture out to other websites and sell groups to unload it. But I think there's big profit potential in it. And then there's stuff that I bought table lots that I wanted one item out of it, and you want one item out of it, you have to pick up everything. But a lot of this, I'm building up inventory for a project my wife and I are working on that we're not really divulging at this time, but more to come on that later. So let's go into, where did all the cases and stuff? Oh,
Those ones are the purple ones.
this is a, let's start with that. You unplug that clock there. This particular clock, I do have to change the light in. I do a lot of clocks and vintage radios, and we're going to pull two clocks up. One I bought at the auction tonight. This is a United Clock Corporation. I've sold these before. They've made tons of these different styles. The two I had before last year were golf related, and they had like a golf house in the back, and they had a guy sitting here with a putter or a club and hitting the ball. This is going to be, I'm gonna show you one of these. One's a bolo, I would say, and one's a no-lo. And surprisingly enough, this clock right here, this pendulum clock, I would venture to say it is going to bring me less. I didn't find any exact comps on this. It's a nice looking mantle pendulum clock. It is battery powered, but I believe it's mass produced. It is from the Bombay company. A lot of the clocks they have out there are ranging $15 to $20 if you're lucky. I do have to put batteries in it. And these, I haven't looked at this particular one. You can put it just over there. This particular, I'm gonna ask probably 35 to 45 for this one. I do have to change the bulb. It is electric, vintage. This is a wood. It has metal, little fireplace here, cast metal, and some looks like some roses and flowers there on the side on each side. But these, they might sit for a few months, but there's such a wide variety of design on these. I think there may be collectors out there. Has directions on the bottom how to change the bulb on it, but they're just cool pieces. I love clocks. I do pretty well with a lot of the older ones I did. I just sold a Seth Thomas, I think, for $75. That's one name you might look at and look into if you're interested in doing clocks, those old pendulum as well. Seth Thomas is, and it's going to be hit and miss on that as well. So I just want to touch base that this one, the clock here, the pendulum, I lost my butt on that one. I paid that one. I paid $50 for, and it was just because I didn't go in and preview. If you're doing online auctions, do everything you can to go in and do a preview. But I'm actually glad that I picked that up. I want to ask Kai, just because I don't see exact. Hey, what's up, Mike? We just got started. Well, I was just talking about the clocks that we have back here. You probably have done lots of clocks. And I was just going through this. We handed that one again.
This one?
Yeah. These old United clocks, I do fairly well with. A lot of them have. There's tons of different designs. They did different styles, different themes. This one, I typically can. I've gotten on United clocks anywhere from 35 to 45 on this one over here that looks like a much nicer pendulum clock. It's battery operated. And I'm not saying there's no money in these quartz movement clocks, but this particular one, mass produced, although I haven't found comps exactly on this, I paid $50 for this one. And the other clock I paid $6 for. I'm probably going to lose money on this one and definitely make profit on this one over here, believe it or not. Okay. Table, remnants, tools, lights, toolbox, saws, etc. I paid $17.50 for this lot. And it was really just because I really don't know. Well, I do know, as I mentioned before, I had we're working on a project that's coming down the pipe. Hopefully soon that I'll be able to share that I'll talk more about later. But basically, in that $17.50, I got this Sears Craftsman airless sprayer. I did not check comps on this. Sometimes when you're at the auctions, you are just you just got to pull the trigger and hope that you win at the end. And most of the time, I have a pretty decent eye when I'm picking up the stuff at the auctions, but sometimes, like on this clock back here, not so much. So with that $17.50, I got a Sears Craftsman speaker. I got this old Powercraft 6.5-inch saw with a rusty blade. All these will have to be tested out. Oh, you want to hand me that one? I brought Izzy down here to hand stuff. I do a lot of clocks. A lot of clocks and vintage radios like to do. It came with this toolbox. It's just a Vermont American, probably a cheap off-brand toolbox with all these rasps and stuff. I'm just going to go, yeah, and then we can just set those right out there. Is that all that's over there?
No, there's like another spot.
Oh, there's another tool case. It doesn't have anything. It's got a couple. This one, I actually might keep that one. Oil filter wrench. It's got a couple other old filter wrenches and a Champion spark plug firing indicator, originally $347 at Walmart. You switched from dolls. Well, I still do dolls. Got to go with your gut. And I know from watching the stuff that you're picking up, Mike, that you do the same thing. You probably have a little bit better luck at it. Here's another small electric Black & Decker hand saw, circular saw. Yeah, that one. And then as soon as we get through these three, oh, I guess I'll have to test this. This is a little Craftsman. Oh, hey, Lonnie, thanks for jumping in. He paid $100 for some dolls today. I will be interested to see what you picked up. This is a little 3.5 volt, 3.6 volt Craftsman cordless screwdriver with bits. And it is dead, but it does come with a charger. I'm going to be interested to see if that works. There might be, I might get my money at least. Actually, I'm going to get my money out of all these, but these aren't necessarily going to go eBay. And then I got, because it was a table, a remnants table, I got a blank case with some drill bits and screwdriver bits. And what's in this one? It used to be an 18-volt cordless drill, flashlight, absolutely nothing but a couple bits up there at the top. No, that's okay. No, that case right there behind you, and then this box right here. So you can go ahead and just start moving those. And then I got this Chicago Electric. I think Chicago Electric is Harbor Freight, but a little grinding wheel, little small Chicago Electric power tools, and I don't see, oh, it's a 4-inch angle grinder. This one I might actually keep because I do not have, out of all the tools I have, I do not have an angle grinder. So $17.50 for that lot. I'm not even going to begin to guess and tell you how much I want to make off of it. I just know that I'm going to make my 1750 back and then some on the power tools alone. So you know me, I'm going to pick up a lot of different stuff. Let's just say that. Oh, and in that lot as well, I didn't even realize this was in there. I don't know anything about these. The table lot, gotta love them. Yes, something to dig through. This looks like they were shipped in that way. Oh, I'll just go through these. I mean, these are probably what, $5 a piece. I'll have to put some new bulbs in them. Just some shop lights. 2 of them there with some pretty long cords. This, I got a box full of 45s in my table lot. They don't look terrible condition. I don't have any huge hopes for Chad Stewart and Jeremy Clyde. Oh, look at that. Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels, Olivia Newton-John, Red River Rose, Tommy Connor and Johnny Rain, the Ames Brothers, Tom Dooley, Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley, Hang Down Your Head. And, oh, look at that. There's Poison, Janet Jackson, Nasty. I mean, I didn't even know I was getting some 45s. And they don't look in terrible condition, but who knows? I've got, well, these will be tested. And if I see anything that looks like they're going to be of value, if you guys have sold 45s, let me know. I'm just going to give you an idea of what's in here. I guess I could have done that. And there's even some in sleeves. Here it is. Can you hold that box? There's a stack here. And then this stack here. That will be fun to go through. Oh, you know what? Men at Work, when they first came out, I was in 6th grade. Garage, yeah, Lonnie, 45s would be easy to ship. I've sold a couple of LPs, and I didn't like it, to be honest with you. There's Rod Stewart. Material Girl, Madonna. I mean, these are like going back. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Look at that, man. The Jets. Moody Blues, Alone at the Drive-In, Instrumental, 38 Special, Teacher. So those will be fun to go through. And I might as well just jump right into it. Go ahead and, can I get to that? How am I going to test these 45s, you ask? Mama Mike went to play in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, about Tom Dooley. He was from that area. Oh, cool. I don't know anything about Tom Dooley, but I enjoy the song. Izzy is a good sport with her dad singing on YouTube. Oh, no. Okay, how am I going to test those? Check this out. I'm going to be really excited if this works. This is actually a, it's got the record player up there. And it's a Crosley brand. I don't know much about Crosley brands. The good thing about this one is it records. It's a CD recorder. So I believe I can actually put if I wanted to, I could actually put the record up here and record the CD down here. And I think that's going to make it a little bit more desirable than the standard repop record player radio units. This I paid $10 for. You ready for this one?
do I put it?
Just set it out there. It's heavy. You got it? You got it?
I'm recording.
Okay.
Ow. Sorry.
Okay. Never mind the child tripping over stuff as she carries stuff out of my office. So that was $10. I thought that was an awesome deal. Nobody was bidding on it. It went down to 10. I probably could have went down to 5. But sometimes when you're at these auctions, if it goes down too low, you put somebody, they're going to take it for $5. You pay $65 for one thrift store item today. The most I spent today on one particular item was $75, and it's cool. I'll be honest with you. I hope you let me know what you bought, Red Neckerson. I'd be interested to hear. But what I was saying was, when you're at the auction, if it gets down to a certain point, somebody's going to put a bid. They're going to be like me, and they're like, okay, for $5, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Nobody else had bid on that at that time. But the thing is, once they put one bid in, they're vested at that point. So if I would have, this is how I feel. This is my strategy. I thought it was worth 10. I would have liked to have had it at 5. Nobody was showing interest, but I was afraid at $5 they would have. And if that would have happened, I would have went 10. They would have went $12.50. I would have went 15. $17.50, anybody $7.50, yeah, and it would have probably went for $20, $25, $30, $40, whatever, just because now there's 2 people vested into bidding on that item. So nobody showed interest. I took the first bid at $10 on that, and I think it's well worth it. The next thing that we have, I'm trying to get to where, dinner. I had a dinner. They had a wonderful chicken burrito loaded with lettuce, tomato, sour cream, cheese, chicken, jalapenos, and salsa. Not a bad deal. With a bag of chips, it was $6, and it filled my tummy, filled my plate first. And then a beer, of course. Okay, the next item I paid.
This one?
No, not that one yet.
This one.
Well, you can see the top here. I'm sure you guys, well, unless you're way down south, you may not know what these are. This is a kerosene heater. Up here in North Idaho, it is starting to get cold. There's actually snow flying today. And people are going to want these for their shops and stuff. And this particular one I paid $9 for, and I haven't checked what the market is for them, but I'm betting I should be able to get at least $30 for it, if not more. I'm gonna carry this one out real quick. I'm gonna carry those boxes out too.
Good.
That has kerosene in it, so it will definitely be going outside. Breville Juice Fountain Elite Juicer. I have not sold any juicers, but I have heard that there is some money in that. And Lonnie saying it was 75 down there in Louisiana. He had to run the AC. That's one of the things that keep you from freezing. Yes, that is exactly what that is. Everyone is way down south compared to you. You know, that is true. Except I don't know. There might be a few resellers that I follow that are about at least even keel with me. I mean, I'm fairly close to the Canadian border. I do know that Jory is a little bit further north, I believe, than I am. Why you gotta be like that, Lonnie? 29 degrees now. It's not actually that cold. I mean, believe it or not, here, the temperature is typically mild. I'm looking at my weather app right now just to see what it says. 34. 34 degrees now with low humidity. That's what we don't have to worry about. The thing about when it starts getting warm here, You're right, Krillin. Um, it may not stay warm as long here, but we don't have to deal with the humidity or the bugs. It was a balmy 80 fall winter. Yeah, John down there in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Okay, the next thing we got, I got some weird stuff coming up here too. Okay, this is the item that I do not believe I can sell on eBay. And when you see it, you'll see why. I've heard that people can sell these if they're grandfathered in prior to them changing the rules on this type of item. I heard that from somebody today at the auction itself. Do you close that door? Maybe we can cut back on the. I'll just go right into it. This is a Benjamin, I think it's a model 341 air pistol. I hope that's not showing up backwards. The cool thing is it's in the box. And it does have a flaw. And yes, this is a air pistol. I'll pull it up here in just a minute. Has the paperwork with it. The box isn't in the best condition, but it is complete. And hopefully I don't get kicked off YouTube because I'm showing this. This is what it looks like. There is it looks like just a scratch or maybe a crack right there along across the top. And it is, I just want to confirm that the model number, I did look at it when I bought it. .177 caliber model 137. I don't know where I got the other number, but I paid $75 for this, and what I've seen comps on eBay without the box and everything, I think it was the lowest I saw was about 150. And the problem is, if I cannot sell this on eBay, I'm going to have to find a group that I can advertise it in. Rod, do you have any friends that are potato farmers? No. And I think I've heard this once before. I believe that actually more people there's more potatoes that actually come out of Washington than Idaho nowadays. I could be wrong. I just came for the beer and to terrorize people. Hey, bring it on, Shane. But anyway, with the box, I honestly think that I can bring. There's a wide array. I think for that air pistol, I think I probably bring around $200 to $300. I'm going to probably price it high and hope for the best. Like I said, I'm going to have to find a platform that I can sell it on. I heard there's a website that sells stuff specifically to that. Pretty good, Shane. I try to catch as much of the y'all's video tonight or y'all's live show tonight, but I was at the auction and driving home. I was at the auction the first half of it and driving home during the last portion of it. So I see you zipped up your shirt from the Facebook notification to the live show. Thanks, Kat, for bringing that up. You know, sporting the chest hairs for all the ladies out there. As you can tell, it didn't bring that many viewers in. So next time I might start the live shot with my shirt zipped up. So anyway, $75 for the air pistol. That's one of the things I did actually do comps on before I bid that high, and I am positive I'm gonna at least 1.5 times my money on that. Okay, what do we got next now? Picture Remains. Oh, Picture Remains. And I paid, believe it or not, I do sell some art. I do more. I've been doing better on shadow boxes, believe it or not. If you don't know what a shadow box is, look it up. I've sold a few of them. I've only had one that was shattered or broke during the. How much do you pay your kids to do the listings? The only time she lists is in her own store. You are correct. I used to drive tractor for a potato farmer in Linden, Washington. We grew seed potatoes. Um, we pay them with food. She gets violin lessons. She gets piano lessons. She gets to go to cooking lessons. But you've done them. I mean, you've got, and she gets free. We're her Uber. I mean, come on, man. She gets paid a lot better than I do from the way I look at it. The yeah, I've never sold one before, Mike, but that's what being that the box is complete, I think that's going to be huge. You don't get to count the food as payment. Oh, yes, I do. In this house, we do. Hey, you know what? She should just be lucky that she's not third country national working for other governments to make pennies a day to send back to their families to support them. That is sad. But anyway, that's things I experienced when I was in the military overseas. Back to the picture. The picture remains lot. I actually paid $5 a piece for these. Which one are we gonna do? Oh, I want to do that one's gonna be last.
Okay.
We'll do these two first. This is a watercolor, and it was done by, it's called Warpaths Crossed. And it was done in, I can't tell when it was done, and I can't tell by who because the sticker has come off. I'll show you. It did have some information there on the back, but $5 for it. I'm thinking I'm probably going to list it for 30 and then hope for the best. I think Native American art does really well. This one here is called War Scouts by Grover Topom. It looks like maybe the Kiowa tribe. It's acrylic done in 2006. I thought this one was really cool. It is not framed, but I just like the look of it. She looks perfectly capable of making Nike. Yes, she does. And you know what? She would probably improve the brand. Well, I don't think anything can improve the brand ever since they put Kaepernick, whatever the heck his name is, on their commercials. This one's just cool. Again, $5. I'll just let you sit there and look at that for a minute. This is actually made out of junk. There's leaves. I mean, these are actual leaves that are put on here. There's a piece of glass that's been painted, another chunk of glass right down here. There's like some sort of sprocket here. There's an old rusted washer or something here. There's little pieces of wood that's been painted. The top of a glass bottle. I'm trying to think if I recognize any other thing. This is like some kind of shell, maybe. Something metal here. There's like a token, a key token or something here with the number 35 imprinted on it. And there's actually a piece of bone. I don't know if you can see that. There's a piece of bone right up there at the top. Yeah, I know. I don't think anybody knows about TCNs. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. I think I'm going to do well on this one. I don't even know what to price it. There's no markings or whatsoever on the back of it. But anyway, I'm just dabbling in a lot of different arts. There's another little token here. It says washed Desproof Stoker coal. some little metal token. I don't know what that would have come off of, but I mean, there might have been things that were on here that fell off. I know Isabella knocked a piece of stem on the leaf, but you know what? This piece, people aren't going to notice. I could go and shellac something over the top of any marks that are on it and make up the difference. Okay, go set these right over there up against the. You got it?
Yeah.
There's two of them there. So yeah, $5 a piece for these. Okay, garage flips, you're going to have to explain TCN one of these days. Oh, yeah, I mean, I sell many vintage frames, framed art pieces. The gold gilt frames add much value. Yes. Hey, Sam, thanks for jumping in, by the way. I come across those. I just haven't pulled the trigger on a lot of them. Basically, what a TCN is, when I was over in Saudi, people would come over from other companies and literally work, or other countries, and literally work pennies to the hour to send back to their families to support them because there's no work where they were at. And they did our laundry, they did the groundskeeping on the base, they helped out in the kitchens, they did a lot of you'd see them out there on their, squatted down, tarring the parking lots, and it was kind of sad. I mean, we would donate a lot of our, old worn out clothes and shoes just because it was better than what they had. Love playing with art. You can get smoking deals sometimes. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing about the art, but it seems I'm doing okay on the stuff that nobody else wants, that they don't want to put in their gallery. They work a lot for how little to pay, and people want to complain about how bad they have it in our country. I just say most of these people should go overseas and see how other people live in the world before they start complaining about how terrible our country is. I don't really get political, but I'm very happy to live in the country, enjoying the luxuries that we have. The poorest person in the United States has more than these people do to do the work that they do. So many, including me, know nothing about art. Yes. All that to say, Rod isn't going to pay, is he? Well, great. That's my Gomer Pyle impression. Okay, going on to the next thing. Oh, the next picture. I paid $15 for it, and you really cannot, when you look at it back here, this picture here, this beautifully framed scenery of a pond off in the distance, a couple of farmhouses, some cows right back over here. There's this guy here is cutting wheat. This is a wheat field back here, and what he's cut off, and it's laying in bundles. You don't really understand how big this is until it filled up my freaking truck. I'll get this one down. Let me scoot. Can you scoot back just a little bit? I'm going to set that over here. This thing is huge. I'll do my best to show this. Am I in frame? I can't even see whether I'm in frame or not.
Yeah.
Okay, there. So it's a huge freaking picture. What am I going to do with this? This will definitely be sold one place. It'll be sold locally, definitely. It doesn't have a lot of support in the back. There is a piece of wood that runs right down here. There's no glass on the front of it. But I just thought it was cool. I thought it was definitely worth the $15 I paid for it. I don't know if you. Here's a guy with his big old long whip, smacking the horses on the rear end to get him to pull the machinery that he's using to cut his hay. Okay. Am I doing good?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It could definitely use some help being on the framing. Okay, lots of people, but not me. I love. Okay. Oh, where am I? Rod sounds like Bob Ross over there. I'm having to go back up. Hey. What? Thanks for jumping in, Barb. I'm just going back up to make sure I didn't miss anything important. Is Rod tall or very low ceilings? I am about 6 foot. There's actually a heater vent that runs here. The ceiling is probably an 8-foot ceiling, except for where the heater vent runs. Let me see if I can, just to give you an idea. There's where that goes. You know, it looks. I'm going to be honest. It looks like a painting. I mean, there's definitely texture there. So if it was me to say, it's definitely a painting. But they do. I think don't they some of the paintings that don't they add texture to it? Like I said, I'll have to look a little bit closer to it. It definitely looks like there's brush marks there. There's some a lot of texture. So if it was me, I would say it is a painting. And it does have a signature on the bottom. Can you read what that says?
TPL 1954 or 9.
TPL 1954 or 9. TPEL. I don't know. It looks like it might have an E in there too. I need a few. It sucks being short. So there is a signature down there. It says something like a T, P, an E, and maybe an L, and then 1954 on it. So I'll have to definitely do. What's up, John? Nevermore Antiques. Thanks for jumping in, man. So $15 for that painting. I think. I mean, like I said, I don't know a lot about art, but I'm trying to buy and sell some just to learn it. John, you've told me about art. This is definitely not one that you should be shipping through eBay. I don't think. That thing is huge. I mean, what? Grab that ruler and give me a quick measurement. I don't have my tape measure in here.
Is this inches?
Yeah, there's 36 inches. You know what it's called?
What?
It's called a yardstick. You know why it's called a yardstick? Look at this. I'm learning her math.
There's centimeters and meters too. So
no, there's not. This is America. Why don't you just measure across the bottom? I mean, this is my smart one. 30. So framed, 36 and how many inches?
About 59 inches.
Overall, so about 59 inches wide and 36. It looks like probably about another 6.
42.
So probably close to 42 inches high. That's my motto, Mike. Is I can sit and watch folks on YouTube, and I do that, and I learn a lot from watching people on YouTube. But there's a lot of stuff I pick up that not very many people are buying, and I like to try it out, test the waters, if you will. then you can go on YouTube and tell people, hey, I just bought this. And I paid $15 for this. And I sold it for $350. I'm not saying I'm going to sell it for that much. I'm just saying you do have to test things out. See, Isabella even thinks that I'm joking. I have probably 60 to 80 pieces of art. You missed the other 3 pieces that I showed, John. Okay, the next one is, we're going, it's art night here. This is a framed map. I know Lonnie has bought maps before. This is a modern piece. And it's big as well. But it's almost like it's on a, it was printed on a canvas. And it does have some I mean, I want, it's got some waviness here, so I don't know if that's something that can be corrected if it was reframed, but you can tell it's definitely a modern frame. I'll probably take one of those. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, you can get those little stain markers, and I'll probably take, I've got a dark one that I'll probably take to these little chips that are in the frame. I'll advertise there's chips in there if I do something. This is probably going to go local anyway, just because of the size. And it's got weight. I mean, this thing probably weighs, I mean, if I was being realistic, I mean, it's probably a good 8 pounds, 10 pounds with the glass and the wood. Okay. And that is, and it even said, if you weren't completely sure that this was a modern piece, can you hold that? I don't want to drop it on you. Okay.
Antique style.
This is the first clue. It's a modern piece. For those of you that can't tell, right there on the bottom, it says antique style world map. So, okay, let's set that one facing that other piece. Try not to draw it. You can sit down again if you want. Going back up. Sam Dallas, it's the frame. I sell lots of smaller art pieces, and the frame sells the piece. Get the smaller pieces. Shipping is key. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said that the Indian art that I had, those will be those I can sell on eBay. The larger pieces are going to be sold on local market. Could be from the moisture. Yes, that could be. I mean, it's definitely, it's not like water damage, but definitely I think it's some moisture that has caused a little bit of waviness in there. I have some on the mantle upstairs, some of the art that we purchased. Oh, the wood markers, gotcha. Mike has a handful of expensive prints that are getting taken out of the frame to list. Roll those suckers up in PVC pipe. Oh, do that with the prints. And you, so you don't, you sell, if it's like a, I mean, that's not, that's a decent print, but you're saying that it doesn't, as long as you take it carefully off of any of the frame there, you just take it out and wrap it up in a PVC pipe and send it out, huh? Yeah, I had to look into, you know, when I sold that bike, going through the bike shippers, which I believe it's what I've been told, it's just similar to like Pirate Ship and stuff. They get special rates for selling for larger items. I wonder if there's similar programs for art, large art, or if you could use those same platforms to get a little bit of a shipping deal on the larger items. This is going to go on forever. Let's see what else. Radio, CD player. Did we already we already went through that?
I think so.
Yeah, I already went to the radio CD player. That's the one with the recordable CD. This This was just stupid. I mean, I got this case. This case was free. Why was it free? There were 4 lots left on the table, and I was the one that was dumb enough to buy each lot for $5. Two things I was wanting to buy there. No, there's 3. Well, there were 2, and he says, "Oh, if you buy this, I'll just throw this other stuff in for free." I'm like, "Really? Yeah." So I mean, total of $15. I ended up getting this Talk About Plus 2-way radio. Let's see, does it have an actual? That might be actually brand new. Look at that. It's NIP. Oh, it's Motorola. Talk About 2-way radio. So we're counting this as $5. Still in the package, paperwork and everything else, but it was free. Pretty much garbage. I hate cell phone accessories. I hate new in package cell phone accessories. So that can just go back there. And then I'll have to look and see what version of Nook this is. I haven't sold one of these. You guys might. It's Barnes and Noble, but it's very interesting. I'm going to hold that up there. I haven't sold one with this screen down here, and I don't know exactly what that is. But that's a Barnes and Noble Nook. It's probably got does it have a case on it? I hate these. So I'll definitely have to clean the case up on this because I think it's got one of the ones. Let me see here. Where they peel off the back and, well, actually that might be what it goes. No, that is the actual. I'll have to test this out and see if it charges. That's the back of it. Again, the front of it. So I don't know. It might be worth the $5 I paid for it, to be honest with you. And then it came with this Pan Digital. I don't even know what this is. This might actually be one of those photo. I don't know what this is, but hell, I got it for $5. What if you wrap them around a smaller PVC and then put it in a larger PVC? That would be PVC squared at least I think that's what I learned in my math class. Okay. So we'll throw this stuff back in there. Oh, don't forget the Motorola Talk About Plus. Up to 2 mile range, 14 channels, crystal clear group talk, family radio service, and a liquid crystal display, if you did not know, but also known as an LCD. They should put LCD and then liquid crystal display on the. You can toss that over there. Just keeping up with the chat. There are more antiques. Sean, do you buy any of those Transformer toys at that auction you did on the vid? I sold a bunch of Transformers myself. I know that question was going out to John. So okay. I paid $9.50 for this table lot. And I was really I wasn't even going to bid on it. I was waiting for, basically what happens when you go to these tables, whatever table they're on, you bid up to a price. If it goes up to, and they usually start high, they go down low, and then it goes back up from there. So you're bidding per item. If the items are in a box, you get the box. Unless they're in a display case and it's like jewelry, it's watches, rings, it's a per item base. Or coins, they typically do that. Even if it's in a box, you're buying the item at the price. So once it gets down so far, they break it up into maybe groups on the table or the table itself. And there's one item I would have taken for a couple bucks, and I'll go through that. We'll go to this box right here. Oh, keep that out of the way so that you don't have to trip us. There's one item in here I would have bought and paid Are most listings per item or not for one money? Um, at the auction, Krillin, I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Most everything is per. Well, it's a mixed bag. There's things in boxes and there's things that are one money. So a lot of stuff starts off at one price per item. They might do a times, there's 20 items, it's times the money. So if you bid $10 on it and there's $20 in that lot, you're paying 20 times $10. So it's just, you have to understand the auction that you're bidding at, because some auctions run completely different. Like this particular one, if I um, let's say I'm bidding at the table and this phone, I want this phone, and I went all the way up to $50 for this phone, and there's this pair of channel locks sitting there and a microphone. This blue microphone. Okay, all those are sitting on the table. All I want is this phone, and you know what? I want it so bad. I bid up to $50 on that, and I go up. I pick it off the table. Izzy comes up and she goes, "You know what? I want that blue microphone." So she can come up for the same price at that round. She can pick up anything off the table for that price. And then if nobody wants anything on the table, then they start the whole auction process over again. Buying choice and clearing what is left in one shot. Yes. Sometimes they break it up into lots. Going back to Mike, the crazy card. Typically, I mean, once you go a couple of times, you get down, you understand completely. But every auction you go to, it's going to be completely different. Where I grew up going to auctions, farm auctions, where you're bidding on a box, they're auctioning off a single item or a group of items. You bid on that, somebody purchases it, and you move on to the next item. Here, there's a lot of bouncing between tables because they want to give anybody that wants the opportunity to buy off that table at that bidded up price to go through. So they move over to this other table. So you really have to keep track of what you're bidding on, because it seems like every auction I see people going up and complaining because they thought they were bidding on one table and wasn't keeping their eyes and ears open, because typically the auctioneer is standing in front of the table or the item that is up for bid. Hey, Tim, thanks for jumping in and just catching back up. We had an auction company from Georgia liquidate a supermarket. These rebels did a real snowball on foreigners that didn't understand what they're saying. Half the time, I don't even understand. And you know what? I want to tell you this. As soon as that bottoms out the bottom bid, you got to be careful, because when it drops down, say $2.50, and you're like, huh? By the time that you already, give your sign that you're bidding on that item, he's already up from that $2.50 to $4.50, $5.50, or $5, $8, whatever. Just because he saw 3 hands go up at the $2.50 price, he's already taken everybody else's hand as he went up on the price. Oh, are you not going to hand me items?
I just want the box.
Okay, this box was 9. Well, everything in this. Okay, not everything. Okay, we'll just go through this. This is part of the 1950 box. This is a vintage banana Schwinn bicycle seat. There is some minor issues here. I'm actually hoping about. I guess I didn't look close enough for these little nicks. I don't know what I'm going to get out of it with that damage. So I haven't done a lot of bicycle parts. I have sold a bicycle, but I did not do a lot of bicycle parts. But I thought it was cool. I think honestly, maybe if I'm lucky on a good day, $20 to $30 on that. And snap it, color tone electric roto wheel. Color tone electric roto wheel. Check this out. I haven't even tested it. I'll have to figure out if it actually mounts on the base. I believe it does with this wing nut. This is, I believe this is one of those spinny things. I should plug it in. I'm dying to know. And I have plugged in. I tell you what, if you ever see those silver trees on sale and can get even a halfway decent price, I would probably spend $20, $30 if I could find one, maybe even go up to 40. Check out how much those vintage silver trees go for. Come on. Oh, is a motor shot in it? Either it has to, oh, there it goes. Oh, I don't know if I can turn out the light. Oh, turn this light off. It was going. Oh. Well, that kind of, okay, basically, you can't see it with the camera, but basically, okay, you can turn it back off. Oh, there, oh, wait. Every couple of minutes, you can turn that back on now. I think that it's going to start kicking on and working, and then it doesn't. You need to get some deoxit D 5%. I'm going to turn this off real quick. I just took the. So basically, it's like disco magic, man. It's got red, green, and blue screens here, and this is supposed to turn. I don't even know what the value of this is, but I could probably find a replacement motor. But I can definitely tell it does get warm. But this is supposed to turn around so that it projects different color, or the WD-40 for electronics. I will definitely be looking into that. Like I said, is it worth anything? I didn't pull comps. This guy doesn't pull comps when he's at the auction. It's game time. You go to auction, I mean, it's fast moving. Uh-oh. There we go. So anyway, that's basically what it looks like. It does come with a stand. Original box. Isn't that a nightlight? A nightlight, black light poster, teenage thing from the 60s. Let me see if there's a. I don't think it's. Oh, you know what? I can't tell. I just have here. Hold that box. Hold that. That would be even cooler. What? No, it's for a silver tree. I would probably go with that because I think that the colored screens are going to. Yeah, just got a standard bulb in there. But it's a simple concept. It just got a little motor in there, and it turns this wheel, and it. I would 100% go with what Red Neckerson's saying though. Yours looks clean. It is pretty clean. I don't see any melting on it. But like I said, I don't know. This was part of my lot. I really bought the thing just for the Schwinn seat. I thought I would take a chance on that, but then it went up to $950 for the whole table, and I'm like, okay, what the heck? And I jumped in and started bidding on it. I'll never get this wing nut back on. I think Izzy got a little bored with me. Oh, she went up to see her dog. Melty, not me. Okay, I saw that you corrected yourself there. I was like, meaty. I was just going with it, Lonnie. But yeah, I mean, it's in pretty decent condition. It's pretty cool, regardless. Still comes with the box. Of course, back then everybody kept their Christmas stuff in their boxes, and you can sit that right over there. This other stuff, I mean, it's just crazy. The stuff that came in this. Again, $9.50 for the box. I remember the 60s. Things were simple in the 60s. Okay, this is not part of that. Okay. This is totally roached. I mean, it would be really cool if it was in good condition. But it's just an old Winnebago. It's completely rotted. I mean, not rotted out. It's Tonka. It's heavy. It's just filthy. It's a Tonka Winnebago, and it's got the bathroom back there. I don't know what it would have. I don't know. I'll kind of give you an idea. I'm trying not to drop a bunch of stuff everywhere, but yeah, it was part of the $9.50. This will go local. Okay, I will. Yeah, let's just sit those over here and sit this back over there. Who doesn't need a paper towel dispenser? It's even got paper towels in there, so that might definitely come in handy for somebody. Part of the $9.50 lot that will probably be local. Okay, you can just sit it close to this box so we can put it back in. I'm hoping you guys can tell me what the heck this is. Let me see if I can get it untangled.
Looks like a headset.
I mean, it does almost look like a headset, but it's got like this cuff on it. Does it?
I think that's what it. I think this is the part that goes around the head because it has like.
This is like okay. I'm gonna tell you what this. I will tell you what it looks like to me. It's got something you can hear with. Okay, this looks like a microphone to me. This looks like an arm cuff with a heartbeat stethoscope on it. I mean, looks like an old headset, vintage headset. What would you need a headset with a heartbeat monitor on it?
How do you know it's a heartbeat monitor?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it isn't a heartbeat monitor. Hey, is this related to anybody? It's got Leroy Johnson on the. That's the name on it. So this would have went up here, and this would have clicked. Okay. So, it's got markings on it. Telephonics, New York, New York, Telephonics Corporation, CTE 49016 300-Z. Here's a plug on that end. I knew Leroy Brown too. Okay, maybe if I took it, untangled it, maybe it would give me more of a clue as to how this whole thing operated. At first, I was like, maybe it has something to do with an old, flying a plane or something. Maybe this is the tricky stuff. The weird stuff you find at the auctions. This has it's got more numbers and letters. It does tell you what the top is. Oh, this is tubing, because just like you see in those old shows in the old houses that had the tubes that run from upstairs to downstairs. Okay. I'm probably totally boring you to death with this. Okay. Everything goes together in this little Y thing here. Okay. That's what I thought was maybe military aviation. But so this plugged in somewhere. Now, I'm guessing it doesn't pump up. It just has like a cuff thing there. Okay, you're hearing. I'm listening to my heartbeat. Yeah, I'm running a regular, irregular heartbeat here. Time to go down. I don't know, but yeah, part of the 950 table lot. So that will definitely go. Some sort of trolling motor platform, from what I was told. This is probably going to be. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. Fish on troller. Temperance. When do you guys give up on? Oh, everybody needs to have one of these. A not so old Old Spice bottle. Who knows? This is a Grolsch, and I don't even know if this is old or not. A lot of times at these auctions, you got to be careful when they just throw bottles in there. That a lot of it is not. It's not old, even though they'll put vintage or old in the. But it's a nice little swivel top bottle. This is probably modern, if I was to be completely honest, but I don't know. I'll look into it. A Coke bottle. I don't know. I don't know anything about them. Oh, it was bottled in Boise, Idaho. So maybe because it has a name on the bottom of it, I wonder if that is an indication that it may not be modern, trademarked, registered, minimum content 6 fluid ounces. This is just a standard orange glass. I mean, the stuff they throw in these auctions, and this looks like modern too. Wheaton, I don't know. You guys, if you guys have done a lot of glass, I think Mike has done glass. Sam, do you do glass as well? I would have to look and see if it is or not. Actually, I'm trying to see. There's a 27, some weird lines, 98. I don't know. I'd have to do research. Christmas presents for your dad. Old Spice. Oh, did Cat make a? Oh, Cat's going on with the Leroy Brown. You gotta watch her. Okay, let's put him back in here. Oh. I'll be honest. I got this for up to $9.50. I was going back and forth, and I really did not want it. But I looked at the crowd, and I'm like, "Come on, guys, start bidding on this stuff, so I don't have to take all of it home." But they just laughed at me. They're like, "He's that guy." I'll start there, Sam. Thanks for throwing that out there. That bit of knowledge. Okay, so I got. Is that everything that we pulled out of that box?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of. Did this other stuff come in that same lot? It's another lot. Okay. I've just got a couple more things going here. Electronic game consoles. I paid a total of $15. Is that what it was? I bought 2 lots. Yeah. Okay, we'll just go. I gave $5 for this Jensen docking station. It did come with a cord, so I was okay with that. It does have a place for an external speaker. Again, I did not. But it's just an iPod docking station with that also has the alternative little cord for your Android device or standard headphone jack here. So I could probably test that out. It's got S video. What the? Oh, maybe if you're. That's very interesting. I'm not up into this technology. Why would you have a S video and video on a docking station? Maybe you guys can tell me. There is a lot to look for. I haven't really ever gone to look much into the bottles, but I have sold some glass. I don't typically like it. Soap glass, that's all I know is I would recommend to stay away from. And I'm sure I'm sure somebody in the group's going to say, "Oh, leave all the soap glass for me." It's just not. Okay, total of $15. PS1, Slim, PS2 Slim. That is weird. I'm not a what. Some USB game controller. For the Sony PlayStation controller, and then it has all the cords. I think I needed some of these cords for my existing, but $15, both the consoles and a bunch of games, and there's not really anything super spectacular. These will mainly go in my collection unless I have duplicates. Jack and Dexter. Jack 3. And most of these are those are PS2. I've never heard of Kindred Hearts HD 2.5 Remix. Kindred Hearts HD 1.5 Remarks. Yes, I did for $15. I just couldn't turn it down. Ratchet and Clank, All for One, Tekken, Tag Tournament 2, and Dead or Alive. Those are all PS3 games. Need for Speed Digital. I've sold for some reason, the Need for Speed. They don't sell for a ton, but I've sold a few of those. Ephemeral Fantasia, The Last of Us, which was PS3. The other one was PS2. Final Fantasy 9. Of course, I've got all the Deer Hunts, all the Cabela games. Final Fantasy, another disc for Final Fantasy 9. Disc 1, disc 2. System of a Down, Hypnotize. That's a burn. That's weird. Tekken 3, God of War, Disc 1. Oh, some of these must be PC. Kingdom of Hearts, Square Enix, or I guess it's two different Kingdom of Hearts, which I've never heard of. P4 Persia. I don't know what that is. I never was a PlayStation guy. I always played. I'll have to say, I probably have, let's say maybe 3 PS1s by now. I have 4 Wiis.
I don't know. I think we might have 5 or 6.
5 or 6 Wiis. No, that's the PS2s.
Oh, maybe.
No, we have like.
I think we have 4 or 5 or 6.
She said we have 4 to 6 Wiis. I've got a GameCube, a couple of N64s.
We have that Genesis.
Sega Genesis, and the compact Sega Genesis, my Xbox One, a couple 360s. I don't know if I haven't found my old original Xbox, but yeah, I've got quite a few systems and even more games sitting out there. Don't list those Cabela's yet. Wait till mine sell. You know, I haven't listed video games in quite a while. I pretty much just quit. I keep buying them for some reason. One day I'm just gonna lot them all up. I get them cheap enough. I mean, $15 all those games. I get them one of these days. I'll turn them for some profit. But I'm just a sucker for buying them. OG arcade style only. I'd love to have some actual arcade games, but even better than that is some old pinball. I love playing me some pinball. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so the docking station I got for $8, and then the last of my table remains, and then we'll go to the rest of my auction. So I've only picked up another 3 items from the online auction. So the last of the table remains. Oh, I don't even know where. In one of my table remains. I think that is JVC color viewfinder, compact VHS, random assemble editing. I'll have to figure out how this even works. But a JVC camcorder. It's got all kinds of cool little knobs on it. Hey David, how you doing? But in that lot, it did come with blank media and whatever this is. Oh, it looks like there's the rest of the viewfinder. Does it have any night vision feature? Those seem to do well. To be honest with you, I didn't even look at this. It wasn't something I was wanting to buy. It does have the power cord, the battery charger. It has a remote. Random assembly editing. Oh, it does have a camera mount. That might actually pay for one of my lots. Video album maker. Light on, light off. You're gonna make me look at this and see. Do you guys there's a remote. Full range autofocus. I don't know. It doesn't mention anything on here about it having night vision. So, oh wait, there's I'll have to figure out how to even get it open. I don't know if it would have night or low light. I'll just show you what the if I'll focus on it. It does have a little star and moon there. Yeah, David is across the pond. Him and I chat. We catch each other in the chats all the time. One of the nicest guys in chat. Always saying hello to everybody. I said one of. So anyway, that was in one of my table lots. I don't know. I don't even know which one it was in, but it might have been in this last one that I paid. Oh yeah, it was. That was $1. No, wait. That was a fraction of $1 because I also got these two beautiful lamps for that $1. Tell me those aren't nice. Made in China. Beautiful. I just sold the lamp yesterday. It had cherubs on it though, but there's no shade. And what household would not be complete without a glass cheese tray? I mean, this is all the rage. If you watch any of those cooking channels, you will see they get those little smokers and they'll hide something underneath there and they'll fill it full of smoke so that you get that surprise when you lift up the platter and the smoke releases to uncover the beautifully hand-smoked cheese that you prepared for your guests. It is not, it's a cheese tray. Anyway, that was all $1. The camera, the cheese tray, and the two lamps. So that was everything. So far, just to let you know, most of the stuff that you've seen here, well, altogether, the live auction spent total with buyer premium $243.09. That did include my $6 dinner as well as one beer. Okay, go over the last few items. I saw a lot of vintage lamps. Sam does. No, thank you, David. Cooking show with Rod. I find wooden base ones of those all the time. The cheese trays. Okay, the next thing. These are the next items. There, I've got 3 more items. One, where's the light? That thing right there.
This one?
No, the card light.
This one?
Yeah. This is a these you might sit on for a little bit, but I've done well with light assemblies. I don't test them or anything. Maybe one of these days it'll burn me, but I sell them as is. This is for a Toyota 4Runner headlight assembly. I paid $12 for that. They do pretty well, and that was just an extra one. Again, I paid the $20. Can you grab me that right there and the end? This next I'm not real sure on. Why do you count your dinner? Oh, it's just on my invoice. The total price was in there, and I just have them charge it to my card. They do food. They usually have like a special for the night, and then they have like the typical hot dogs and stuff like that. And I just went over it because it was on my invoice. This is an old. It's called a leg o' mutton. It's a breakdown or takedown rifle case. This one's in really rough condition. As you can see, the strap is no longer attached to the handle here. This is probably a fail on my part. I don't know what I was thinking at this auction. I think it was just I hadn't bid on things in quite a while, so I just went ahead and went. This one I paid $27 for, and I paid $12 for the light. This I paid $27 for. It is very old. I did not find any markings on it. If you can find these in decent condition and you can get a good price on them, they sell for some good money. It really depends on the brand. But this one was unmarked, and basically it's got 2 compartments in there that folks break down the rifles. The barrel would go in one side, and the stock would go in the other. How do you ID the various car lights? I see them all the time, but don't know how to ID them. Most of them will have codes on the back of them. This one has part numbers. This one, it has a number on the sticker here, but if it doesn't have a sticker, There'll be numbers in different places. Like this one has a EETY674. It has an R there that tells me that it's a right lens. But they'll typically have either one number or multiple numbers on the back, and you just have to Google it to find out what that part number corresponds to. I thought that was used to carry your Legos layout. But yeah, and you got it? Okay. So yeah, look at the pieces on the back. If you can get those cheap enough. That one I paid more than I did the last one. The last one I had, they were, I want to say they were Toyota Corolla or something. I had both the right and the left, and I paid like $4 a piece. Oh, you've tried Google and struck out. I have not had any major issues on it, so I will definitely be looking and doing more research on that. This is the other, the last piece that I just think is totally cool, and I'm going to be, I don't know, you guys probably know what this is. This one it's a tobacco plug cutter. It's really good condition. I mean, it's got a smooth movement there. I don't want to. I mean, the blade's not. It's got some nicks in it, but not anything major. But it's in great condition. This one says John Finzer and Brothers on the back. So I'll show you that side. And then on the front, it was Five Brothers Tobacco Works. And it's heavy. I mean, Louisville, Kentucky, right there. And it's in great working condition. Down the bottom, just let you know what it says down there. Enterprise Manufacturing Company, Philadelphia. That is really funny. Patent July 25th, 1871. April 13th, 1975. January 20th, 1885. So it looks like the last patent on this was 1885. I honestly think that I honestly think that it's worth about $150. That's why I paid $39 for this. I think this is definitely the winner of my lot. I had a couple of losers this week, but I picked up a bunch of other random stuff that I'll make money one way or the other. Large art pieces are going to be going local market. Some of the smaller ones I'll be listing on eBay. But it was definitely fun to get back in the game. You know, I took a little bit of I wasn't sourcing quite as much there for a while. But anyway, we are gearing up inventory. We may be trying a new venture here shortly. Hope you'll hear soon about that as we try to move forward. But we just don't want to go too much into it until we find out if it's, you know, we're going full bore into it. But anyway, just something else to add to my plate. I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging in there with me this late. It went a long time. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to show you, but I do appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. But that is going to be it for the night. I'm going to stumble out of here as I trip over every item that I have on the floor and go up and spend some time with my wife, my lovely wife, which is upstairs. You know, such a beauty she is. I can openly talk about it because she's not normally in the chat. Actually, I know she is. That's why I'm buttering her up. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. We will catch y'all next time. And ending stream now.